Does evil exist? And if so, can one detect and measure it?
Obviously, scientifically speaking, the answer is yes, and yes. Morty needs help with his school science project. And rather than the obvious choice, he makes the emotionally intelligent choice. Meanwhile, Summer blags a lift to her new job at this creepy old Harry Potter establishment that just gives shit away. Mr. Needfuls. Rick is immediately suspicious.
So what are you, like the devil?
What?
Hey, I'm not judging, just like to shoot straight. I'm a man of science.
Well, in that case, maybe this old school microscope might be right up his Diagon alley. After a hearty cackle off, Rick takes it back to the lab and subjects it to a little science.
Does evil exist? And if so, can one detect and measure it?
Obviously, scientifically speaking, the answer is yes, and yes. The microscope, for instance, has an ironic curse. It turns anyone who uses it into a creationist. Morty's maths teacher is mad. The Sex Panther he got from Mr. Needful works well over 60% of the time, but gives him the old floppy jalopy, the old stifficulty, the old wangxiety.
A price for everything, Mr. Goldenfold.
Rick gives him a shot of Viagra, and party time resumes. He's also made a scanner that identifies all the dastardly curses on Mr. Needful's wares. This, for instance, makes you able to write a bomb-ass dark fantasy epic full of dragons, nudity, and political intrigue. But no matter how long you type, you'll never finish it before you die. Mr. Needful handles this interruption to business in a civilized manner.
Hey! No! Stop it right now!
Summer likes this job. Yes, she literally works for the devil. But under capitalism, what employer isn't exploitative, manipulative, deceptive, and evil? Jerry settles on making a model of the solar system and finds out that Pluto isn't a planet anymore. Like every boomer confronted with the need to learn something new, he rejects it and clings to his own reality. He tries to take this up with the manager of space.
I'm suing you first! I think I know what the A in NASA stands for.
His ardent stance on this issue gets him noticed and brought to the attention of the king of Pluto. What top Earth planetologist Dr. Jerry Smith has to say is just what they want to hear.
Pluto's a planet.
Pluto's a fucking planet, bitch!
While Jerry goes on Good Morning Pluto, Morty meets a scientist. Science is, of course, non-negotiable. He shows Morty a plutonium mine, the means by which Pluto's civilization is powered. Mining plutonium is killing their world. The more they mine, the more it shrinks, leading to Pluto no longer being big enough to qualify as a planet. And if they keep it up, Pluto will eventually shrink away to nothing. If Morty can persuade Jerry to say something, then just maybe a lot of lives can be saved. But problem.
My dad's really insecure.
A customer appears, and she really loads the boat.
You pay with the curses, right?
Why would anyone want so much cursed shit? Why? Because Rick can get it decursed for them, of course. This guy's shoes come with a deal straight out of Keanu Reeves' movie franchise Speed. Run fast, but you can't stop. Now they're regular shoes of +3 speed.
See you at the Olympics.
Like the tool station next to every Screwfix, he's set up right across the street. In short order, Mr. Needfuls is cleaned right out, leaving only a monkey's paw. Old Nick takes it poorly. One must surely feel a little sympathy for the devil.
dressed up for this. I want her to be 100% sex tonight.
Summer uses her monkey paw wishes to save his life. She drops the last few dregs of haunted crap off at Rick's and tells him they're closing up after Mr. Needful tried to kill himself. Rick thinks it's fucking hilarious.
Seriously? Holy crap! Holy crap!
But mission complete, and with business stuff needing attention, he gets bored and torches the joint. 6 hours later, Needful Enterprises relaunches as some tech bubble bullshit, and is instantly bought out by Google. Summer is naturally stoked, until she gets the Wozniak treatment.
Security! I'm the devil, biatch!
Morty tries to bring his case to Jerry.
Dad, their whole planet is dying!
Ha! You called it a planet!
It could have gone better. After hobnobbing with the rich and powerful, and savagely dunking all over Morty some more,
Well, son, what did you think when you were 5 and you pooped your pants?
he meets the king again, who reveals that the newly captured scientist is in fact his son. Regardless, he's getting sent to Plutonimo Bay. How could any dad countenance such a thing? With that thought heavy on his mind, Jerry steps up to make his big speech.
Pluto is not a planet. It's not a planet!
So, what's all this been about then? Maybe Mr. Needful gave them what they really wanted all along. The company of a rotten old bastard for Summer, and an appreciation of Summer's approval for Rick.
No, that's dumb.
Not satisfying.
I reckon it's about betrayal. The king of Pluto certainly fucks his son right over, without mercy or restraint. And Jerry very nearly follows him down that road, until he sees where it leads. But he doesn't want to go there, and if not going there means swallowing his pride, then credit where it's due, that's what he will do. Accordingly, Morty is more than willing to accept his apology, and get back on good terms with his old man, even if he does burst into his room while he's shaking hands with the one-eyed milkman. Summer, on the other hand, gets rat-fucked hard. While she should perhaps be expected to have seen it coming,
Please, call me the devil.
she at least manages the appropriate response. Lawyer up, delete Facebook, hit the gym, and administer a beatdown. We quite often hear the stories of people who've been betrayed in one way or another. Feel free to share yours with me if you want. But what I'd be more interested in hearing are some of the rather less common tales of the people who've been more on the supply side of betrayal. When have you been a rat bastard that did someone dirty? I'd love to hear about it.